Hello, my name is Rob Reynolds and welcome to Calculus 1. I'm going to show you how to find horizontal asymptotes or the limit as x approaches infinity for a pretty complicated problem. For this particular problem, I'm going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by 1 over x cubed, which is similar, not exactly, but similar to the square root of x to the 6th. And the reason why I say similar to is because if you were to look at your graphing calculator and graph the square root of x to the 6th, it would equal x cubed, but only for those positive values of x. It actually equals negative x cubed for those values of x that are less than 0. In other words, if you look at the graph of x cubed, it'll look like this. But if you look at the graph of the square root of x to the 6th, it looks like this. So you can see that x to the 6th for negative values is exactly opposite of x cubed. And so we're going to use that definition here in just a moment. But I'm not going to worry about it so much because the first thing I'm going to do is evaluate the limit as x approaches positive infinity. And so I'm going to be using this positive x cubed, so it's not really going to be a factor for positive infinity. So I'm going to divide everything through by x cubed, divide this and this by x cubed. So 3 plus 4 divided by x cubed divided by 2. And the square root of a divided by the square root of b is the square root of a divided by b. So I'll write this as the square root of a is the numerator divided by b. Of course, this can simplify. The limit as x approaches infinity of 3 plus 4 over x cubed, 2 plus, let's write this as the square root of 16 plus 1 over x to the 6th. The next step is to push everything to infinity. So this will go to 0 and this will go to 0. And my final solution will be 3 over 2 plus the square root of 16, which is 4. That's 3/6, which we all know is 1/2. Now, when I push this thing to negative infinity, as I said before, everything's going to stay the same. 3 plus 4 over x cubed divided by 2. But instead of plus the square root, now I'm going to end up with minus the square root. Because remember, I can multiply or divide both sides by -1. I guess you can't see that very well. So I'll change this to a minus. And this is the square root of 16. Of course, that goes to 0 still. Oops, this goes to 0. So it's 3 over -2. And there's an asymptote. There's an asymptote. And this is actually a question off of My Math Lab homework assignment that a student had asked for. And you can see the limit as positive infinity goes to 1/2. The limit at negative infinity goes to -3/2. And these are the equations of the asymptotes. So you could actually graph this equation in your calculator and see that there's 2 asymptotes at these points. I hope that was helpful. Email me with additional questions if you like, and good luck on your test tomorrow.